What is the strongest evidence that Jesus claimed to be God? His enemies said so. When the Jewish leaders wanted to execute Jesus, they brought a specific charge. "We are not stoning you for any good work but for blasphemy, because you, a mere man, claim to be God." His enemies could not accuse him of something he never said. They needed real evidence to put him on trial. The claim was always the same. He said, "I am God." But the Pharisees were devious enough to get Jesus to say it in a way that would make Pilate take it seriously. How? By asking one simple question. At his trial, the high priest asked Jesus directly, "Are you the Messiah?" Jesus answered, "I am." The high priest immediately tore his clothes and shouted, "You have heard the blasphemy. He deserves death." But why would Pontius Pilate kill a man who hasn't broken any Roman law? Here was the trap. By Jewish definition, the Messiah was God himself. So when Jesus said, "I am the Messiah," he was claiming to be God. That was blasphemy, punishable by death according to Jewish law, but not Roman law. That's why Pilate said, "I find no basis for a charge against this man. I have found in him no grounds for the death penalty." But to the Jews, the Messiah also meant an earthly king who would conquer and free Israel. That was treason, a direct threat to Caesar. Except Pilate knew that simply claiming to be a king was not grounds for death. You had to actually be accepted as king and lead a rebellion for it to be punishable. So the Pharisees told Pilate, "He has incited the people to believe he is their king." They were admitting the people had accepted Jesus as king, but then they said, "We have no king but Caesar," essentially saying, as the people's representatives, we reject the king that the people accepted. This made the treason charge stick. Jesus wasn't just claiming to be king. The people had accepted him as king, and that was rebellion against Rome. This was exactly the conversation that happened about the sign on the cross. The Pharisees protested, saying, "Do not write the King of the Jews, but that this man claimed to be King of the Jews." They knew the difference. But Pilate refused to change it because claiming is not punishable by death, but being was. Same question, same answer, same claim. "I am God." The Pharisees just knew how to present it to two different courts. The sign above his cross read, "King of the Jews." The Romans saw rebellion stopped. The Jews saw their Messiah, their God on the cross. But everyone knew who really nailed Jesus to the cross: the Pharisees. His followers worshipped him as God. His enemies killed him for claiming to be God. Both agreed on what he claimed. Both agreed what he died for. What more proof do you need?